we have some new Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters regionals results. Yeah, these are from the latest regionals in America, in Los Angeles, I believe. Top 16. And again, in traditional Masters fashion, look at the pie chart. Like, there are so many leaders up here, it is insane. So, yeah, we will be diving into the deck lists, but before we begin, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are $2 and up patrons that buy us coffee to keep this crazy content grind going. And guys, thanks out to your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video. Alright, so let's go. Top 16, 85 players. Live tournament, of course. Unfortunately, we only have live, well, mostly have live tournaments now. But yeah, this pie chart looks amazing. And let's just dive in and check it out. First place, Little Cletus with Bojack again. Yeah, this man, he's like a pirate, you know, like he's like the space captain Bojack. He's robbing people of first places this year. Like, Bojack has just been robbing you of your first places this year. This is insane. And this guy is well on his way to qualify for the World Championship. If he continues like this, he's well on his way to qualify for the World Championship, which would be well deserved by this point. Second place, Arinsu. Yeah, Arinsu keeps making a very, very strong showing here. Amazing deck, very technical, very difficult to play with a lot of intertwining lines of plays and stuff, like a lot of combat tricks. We still haven't, well, the players still haven't figured out a way to play around this deck to completely stop it from doing its own things. So Arinsu is profiting for now. Arinsu is really profiting for now, and yeah, probably one of the best decks in the set. Then we have third place, Tapion. So yeah, in America it looks like the top 3, top 4 are mostly just blue. Right, because there is only a Saiyaman in the 4th place and the 5th place as a yellow deck here. So yeah, Saiyaman. Okay, this deck is cool. Saiyaman is showing itself to be the top contender for yellow now, especially with the bullshit changes to the Gogeta tournament promo. If you do not know, it does cost to play as much as the card says. It wasn't a mistake this time around, so the card is literally unplayable. So with Gogeta now out of the race, Saiyaman steps up and continues dominating as the best yellow deck. A 6th place, Pan Zeno. Very surprising to see Pan Zeno all the way on the 6th place. I mean, it is still top 8, but we are used to seeing this deck either like in the 1st place or in the top 4. Got beaten down by the blue decks apparently. This might be a sign that players are figuring out and adapting to Pan. So we will see with the upcoming regionals. We'll check out what the results look like there. Then we have a Zamasu Mill. Zamasu Mill is making a return, with blue being more dominant now, with Vegeta being repeatedly kicked in the teeth like the deck absolutely deserves to be. Zamasu is finally stepping up back again. He doesn't need to worry about just having his board deleted by Vegeta, and the deck is finding legs again. Looking forward to seeing what sort of a build this is, especially since there is a green-yellow build going around. Then, speaking of the devil, we have SSB Vegeta. Absolutely hated this deck. I wish it got hit more, but I know that people like the deck. I'm just sick of seeing it. So, but SSB Vegeta, I think it's kind of a necessary evil in the metagame, at least for yellow decks, for red decks, because like it's the only red deck that we are seeing consistently. Porunga did top as well, but Vegeta is like more consistent. Then surprisingly, we have Surge Kefla on 9th place. Congratulations to the man of culture who brought Surge Kefla and got 9th place with the deck. Amazing, we can finally stop talking about the deck and asking for support. It's been a bunch of years. Now Surge Kefla not only topped once but twice at this event. So we can say like, yeah, Kefla got support, no need to ask for it ever again. Then we have Gamma. Gamma has always been one of the stronger decks in America. Like, this deck has really been showing up a lot in America as opposed to Europe. So I'm not surprised to see it here. Another Dr. Arinsu on the 11th place. Nice, okay. Then we have the American Waifu 21, somehow on 12th place. Somehow still showing up. Because somehow, if you look at the pie chart, like 50% of it is blue. So just bringing Android 21 to event is a good call. Then we have another Gamma. Then we have another Surge Kefla. So yeah, 14th place, congratulations. Like, topping with Surge Kefla is definitely an achievement. Then we have Tien Reboot as the only lone green deck here. And then we have another SSB Vegeta. So yeah, white is completely absent this time around. Anyways, congratulations to everyone who made it to the top 16. And now let's check out the deck lists. Okay guys, you know the drill. I am here with Top Deck Diffusion, the best site for tournament results. Like the actual colossal database. We're dating all the way back to set 7. These guys have everything on. Huge shout out to them. And now let's check out the list. So first place, Little Cletus's Bojack. Okay, so this man just went Bojacking off to win another event. And this time around, there are 2 cards that I want to point out in the deck. I'm not going to be talking a lot about Bojack because I am self-proclaimed one of the worst Bojack pilots in the world. So I don't have the right to talk about this. Anyways, we have the SS4 Sangoku Mini versus King Oma. Very good card, Revenge for 2 energy, and then you draw a card. That's nice. It's the concept rare, so counter attack. You play it, you switch the attack to it, and then you play to get the revenge and the draw. And also, interestingly, 2 copies of East Sky Keeping Watch. It's a cantrip. When you play it, you draw 1. But also during your turn, when your opponent plays a battle card, they need to choose a card in their hand and place it to the bottom of their deck. There are a couple of decks which are affected by this. And then like Great Saiyaman comes to mind. And then you have the Z deck here and the side deck. Okay. Then we have Arinsu. Okay, Arinsu keeps showing up, and this deck is very interesting. This deck is definitely very interesting. So, let's see. We have one thing that I absolutely love seeing here. We have the SSB Vegeta Power of Conviction. We have Beast Gohan at home in this deck, and I am so hyped to see this card. I'm a massive believer in this card. I'm so sad that not as many decks are running it. And then basically you have the rest of the Arinsu package, right? Everything from the archetype, pretty much. So if you're looking to build this deck, open a booster box and shove everything into it. Also two concept rares, and an interesting card here is Energetic Frenzy Kefla. 25k 7 cost, only 1 copy can be in your battle area. Reduce the energy cost for 1 for each of your blue battle cards, so that is very easy to achieve, but she will always cost 3 because of the specified energy requirement. And then activate main once during the turn, draw 2, then at the start of your opponent's next main phase, choose up to 2 of your energy, switch them to active mode. This is insane. This is stupid powerful in the deck. And then we have the Z deck and the side deck. So Crash, congratulations. Now we have Tapion. Okay. Is there anything new in Tapion this time around? This Tapion is running the 1718 Unison. Love seeing this. This card is very, very strong. Not a Z unison though, of course, so a bit less consistent, but very good when you get it down to the field. And a way to do that is also with Penzi, New Comrade, counter attack, negate the attack, and play this card costs 2 energy, but allows you to play up to 1 mono blue unison with a specified cost of 2 and 1 marker on it from your deck or hand. So you do Penzi and then you play the androids. And there is an interesting super combo here, and that is the Zamasu. Zamasu is cool. If your leader is blue or yellow, when you combo with him, he is a super combo. You choose one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards and switch them to rest mode. It's a neat trick to shut down a leader swing. It's a very neat trick to shut down a leader swing. And then we have the Z deck and the side deck. Congratulations, randoms. Then we have the first great Saiyaman. This is Primosos Saiyaman. Okay. So, similar to Arinsu, it is mostly playing the engine. So everything from this card onwards is mostly the engine until you get to the last couple of cards. We have the Gohan Piccolo, the Piccolohan SCR, and this card is crazy and it is dirt cheap. It just got reprinted, a double reprinted in the anniversary box. So if you're looking for a yellow SCR, this is the one to get. Then we have the Gojitas here. You have to run the Gogeta. This card is absolutely insane. Also 2 copies of the Frieza, because why not? There is still a decent amount of Saiyans in the format for Frieza to get dual attack and the KO. Nimbuses, Robotic Riposte finally making a comeback thanks to the great Saiyaman deck, and the card that was not legal, but when it is, you should be using it. Son Goku Frightful Great Ape. Like, this is a promo. It should be legal now at events or around at this time. This event was too close to the release date, as far as I'm aware. But let's still talk about the card. It's a 1-cost barrier, right? You draw a card, you play it from your hand. If your leader is yellow and opponent is 3 or more. And then it says VertiK, activate main, limit 1. Choose one of your opponent. Choose one of your battle cards or unison, switch it to rest mode. Choose out to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and negate its skills for the turn. This is huge in yellow, especially on a barrier body. This Great Saiyaman does a similar thing. When this card or an opponent's card is played, you ignore barrier on something, right? But the Saiyaman costs 2 energy, sometimes 1, sure. But this dude is a 30k with barrier, always with barrier. That's a big thing. It always has barrier. It has a similar effect, and it's an 8 cost, so you can go Gogeta into it. So once this card is legal, and it should be now, you go crazy with it. Go grab your copies. And then we have the Z deck and the side deck. Congratulations. Then we have Daniel's 5th place. Okay, congrats, Daniel. What do we have here? Very similar setup here and there. Though actually, the more I'm looking into it, I'm seeing the differences. Of course, running the best SCR in the game. If you don't have this one, just run Piccolohan. This is like a $400 card or so, I think. I don't know American prices, but it is exceptionally expensive. So it will win you games on its own. Piccolohan won't, but this one will. Then 1 copy of Putin. Putin is cool. A lot of players have been dropping Putin over the years and so, but it's cool to see the card come back. There was a period where everyone was thinking that this card should be banned, me included. It's great when your opponent plays a battle card using a skill or activates a counter. You choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode, and she's played for free when you switch something to rest mode of your opponent's, right? No Gogeta in this build, but instead 3 copies of Clash with the Soldier, and then 2 copies of the Nova that goes over it. Okay, cool. Still 2 copies of Frieza, Then we have the engine here, again the Zamasu super combo, one tyrannical blow. Does have its niche uses here and there, still does have its niche uses here and there. 4 copies of the Robotic Riposte and 1 copy of Frieza Emperor of Universe 7. You don't usually play, if you're new, you're just checking out this to see the decks, you don't usually play this card. You play it only because you're running the Gogeta, because Gogeta will get you there with energy. And then we have the Z deck and the side deck. Congratulations, Daniel. Then we have Pan. Dbscg plays Pan. I think this will be a very short one, yes. This is just a Pan deck. This is a Pan deck, the heavy crit version that runs 4 copies of the 20k Overrealm crit do the Rosa card. Also, Dark Power Black Messiahs can still do horrible things to some decks. Other than that, it is a Pan. Congratulations. Then we have, what is this? Super Boys, 7th place. Staying Super, we see. This is a very cool one. This is a multicolored green Zamasu. Now, if you want to know how this deck is played, you just search in YouTube Mill Zamasu multicolored. I think it is since day 1 channel, but I'm not sure. I do recall seeing this one. So it is a very, very cool build. It is the Zamasu deck, right? You are running the Vermilion Saiyans for removal here, but you're also running 4 of the multicolors. So 2 of these guy, 2 of these guy. They are check lands which enter in active mode because your leader is a Zamasu. And this allows you to run 4 copies of Flying Nimbus. In addition, you're also running then the Sealing Power. It's a great card. It's just counter attack, negate the attack, draw 1. That's it. Negate to draw 1. But 4 copies of Nimbus is huge. 4 copies of Nimbus is huge when you pair it with 4 copies of Dormant, when you pair it with 4 copies of Oceanus, and there is a lot to go through in this deck. Also 1 Android 20 is a super combo. It gets you a green or yellow battle card, cost 4 or less. It searches from the deck and then places it into your drop. It helps you fill the drop if you need it for your fusions. And 1 Hellas just as an additional super combo here, because Zamasu is a god. And then we have the Z deck and the side deck. Congratulations, Super Boy. Then we have an SSB Vegeta. This is Will Bean's 8th place SSB Vegeta. Just going through it, well, there are 2 new cards in this one. The first one is Destructodisc. Destructodisc is cool. It is a way for you to remove barrier in red. It's like the Destructodisc in the show. It's not super reliable, but it can get rid of something. Ignoring barrier minus 25k. The only problem is that your opponent chooses which card you're going to get rid of, so you need to clear the field first so that you can get rid of the thing that you really want to remove. A single copy of Goku versus Frieza concept rare. I mean, it buffs your leader plus 5k for the turn. That's huge. And then 1 copy of the Trunks Power Overseeing Time. So yeah, this one is also pretty cool. You overwhelm. He does cost 2 to overwhelm, but he's a 20k double striker. And when he's played, choose one of your opponent's battle card, 1 battle card in your warp, and add it to your hand. Okay, pretty cool. Congratulations, Will. Then we have the Spiffy Milk's 9th place Kefla Surge. Okay, so Surge Kefla is here. Again, don't know enough about this deck to comment on it at all. Pretty much a lot of the things that I would say would probably end up just wrong. But for all of you who are fans of Kefla Surge, here is the deck. You understand this much better than I do. So yeah, let this be your blueprint, your guiding light. And then we have the Z deck here and the side deck. Congratulations, it is cool to see Kefla Surge top. Now we can say this is a good deck. Let's move on. Okay, no, really, congratulations. This is an actual fucking achievement. This is an actual achievement. Congrats. Then we have a Gamma here. This is TCG Davies 007 Gamma build. It's a Gamma deck. Like there is not much to say. It's a Gamma deck here. Pretty similar to a lot of other ones. Also running 3 copies of the Android Topo here for an extra floodgate effect, along with 2 Gohans, and then we have like 1 Bad Omen. 1 Bad Omen. So yeah, for burn, that's cool. And then we have the Z deck and the side deck. Congratulations. It's one of those decks that just works. So similar to Vegeta, you see it, you saw it. Then we have another Dr. Arinsu. This is Crow's Dr. Arinsu build. This one is actually running the 5 costs and the Android 1718 Unison. They just keep showing how much you can actually fit into this deck and how much space do you have for like various plays and customization. And this Unison gives you a lot of early pressure. Then you also have the Goku and Vegeta. They are very expensive. They are 5 energy to play. So they are quite expensive, but they are extremely powerful, especially the Vegeta. I still believe that Goku is shit, but Vegeta is one of the best cards in blue. And then you have the rest of the Arinsu engine, basically. Because the deck is running the droids, also running 3 copies of Heroic Prospect. And Defending Friends, of course. Then we have the Z deck and the side deck with 1 copy of Burning Impact. I think you will be seeing more of this card in the future. I think going into upcoming regional events, we will be seeing a lot more Burning Impact. Shuffle 2 battle cards from your opponent's drop into their deck. If you have a Unison in play, you can activate this counter without spending energy. Because it's one of the ways to get rid of the 6 costs and such from the drop in mirror matches and when you're facing Arinsu. Then we have Android 21, the American waifu here, piloted by SDL Reverse 99. Congratulations. It's Android 21. It literally isn't running a single new card in it. It's just Android 21, but it is also running the Turning the Tide, because now you can just play it with so many blue decks, especially when you run into Daima, then you're like, yes, thank you for double energy. And also Gohan, that's cool. The promo Gohan, a bit of an expensive card at 3, but still very strong. And then we have the Z deck here, and finally the side deck. Congratulations. And now we have another Gamma. Again, this is Dante's build. Again, not much to say. It is a Gamma deck. The only big difference here is that this deck is running the 1718 Team of Evil. 1717 Team of Evil. And that is basically it. The rest is just a Gamma deck. Being Gamma is a very powerful leader on its own. You just build it out of the box. You almost have the entire thing. And then you have here the Z deck and the side deck, including 2 copies of Dabura Spit, so that you can spit on people when they annoy you with barrier blockers and bullshit effects. Okay, congratulations, Dante. Then we have another. This is Reikio's 14th place Kefla Surge. Once again, I can't really comment on this. I do not know how this deck functions, but I have seen this exact build in a YouTube video. So go check it out. I can't honestly say which it was. Like, I I infamously watch very, very little of YouTube. That's something that I publicly say. I barely watch YouTube at all, but I do remember this one popping in a group, so I went to check it out. So yeah, go search it. It's probably on the Facebook group, or just for YouTube search you can find this. And yeah, congratulations. And then we have Tien. Okay, this is Noel's Tien, 15th place. Let's see what the bald dude was doing here. Pan SCR. Okay, cool, makes sense. You swarm the field. Standard blue tech cards and boss monsters and stuff. Then a bunch of Tien engine. Combining this with the Goku. Okay, with the Alliance Goku, and then when you activate Alliance, he gets rid of something, ignoring barrier, and draws a card. That's cool, he's a dual attacker. Then we also have the Tien Goku concept rare, and we have this dude, which I absolutely love. I have been telling you forever that this card is amazing, and now Tien is really bringing this card to full power, where for 1 energy, double strike, barrier, kill a unison. Just insane. Insane. 2 copies of probably one of the best green cards ever printed. Son Goku turning Cheers into Strength, Z Energy Disruption if you're playing a Healing Pod deck, which this isn't though. You also get extra draw on your opponent's turn. Really, really crazy card. Super combos are Paragus and Chi-Chi. Congratulations, and here's the Z deck and the side deck. And then the last deck we have is Matthew's 16th place SSB Vegeta. Let's check it out. It is an SSB Vegeta. I am shocked. But yeah, Pan SCR is very interesting here. Pan SCR is actually the most interesting choice here, because you don't usually see this. You either see the Vegito. I mean, mostly you see the Vegito. Some builds are still running Evil Saiyan. Some are still running Evil Saiyan, but it's mostly Vegito. So seeing Pan here, that is pretty cool. Then also 2 copies of the concept rare that buffs the leader, and then the rest is just Vegito. Vegito, oh my god, SSB Vegeta. So yeah, and then we have the Z deck, and finally the side deck. So congrats, Matthew, and yeah, those were the deck lists. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below what's your opinion on the NA Regionals breakdown. Are you excited to keep seeing these extremely diverse top 16s in Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters? Guys, this is the format that we are entering finals in. There's not gonna be BT29 for finals, though Praising will be BT29. However, this is the format that you can expect for finals. Yeah, this is very, very interesting. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community, and while you're here, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.